Bitcoin is about to get a makeover, and I couldn't be more excited about what the future holds. Like, I'm recording this video as soon as possible. My hair is literally wet. I just got out of the shower. Like, I am excited about this. In fact, right before this video, I bought some more Bitcoin. I had to. I needed to buy as quickly as possible. If you want to be alerted as to when I buy any cryptos or stocks, make sure you join the Patreon. There are limited spots available there. There's also private live streams, private videos. You get early access to various stuff. Go ahead and check that out before it fills up, because it fills up very quickly. So, the news, here's what happened. In the last day, miners of Bitcoin voted in a proposed upgrade to the Bitcoin ecosystem called Taproot. They actually voted 99% in favor of it. And this is the most major upgrade in 4 years. And the last upgrade was pretty contentious. It was pretty heated. And then this one got voted in with a 99% favor. So miners want this, and you'll see for good reason. Now, this video might sound a little bit technical, but just hang in just for a couple minutes here, and I promise it'll pay off and you'll be as excited about this as I am by the end of the video. So this upgrade is going to completely roll out in November as they work out the kinks of the code, just to make sure everything is on the up and up and there's no major vulnerabilities or flaws in the code. But let's talk about what it does. It's a new signature mechanism for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin currently uses a mechanism called ECDSA. This stands for Ecliptic Curve Digital Signature Algorithm. A whole lot of words. After the upgrade, it's going to use a new mechanism called Schnorr signatures. Now, what does any of that mean? What's all that gobbledygook? To explain this, let's first cover just a definition of signature. A signature, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, a digital signature is used to show that you know the private key of a wallet connected to the public key of your Bitcoin holdings. This allows you to do so without having to reveal the actual private key of your wallet. The new algorithm, the Schnorr signatures, allows for several extremely exciting things. First, faster transactions, a faster TPS. We don't know exactly how much faster it's going to be, but I read on some forums that's going to possibly be about a 40% upgrade. We won't know exactly until it's actually in effect. And the more I read about the TPS report, it's hard to know exactly like what's the firm transactions per second, but they're estimating about 40% as of right now. So a significant upgrade, still not anywhere near like Visa level transactions, but an upgrade is an upgrade. Second, smaller transactions in terms of data, and that also feeds into the transactions per second because you can only have so much data within one block on Bitcoin. And then third, privacy improvements for Multisig Technology. Now, I want to dive into this just a little bit to help you understand what Multisig Technology is and why this is also important. So a multisig transaction allows for the signing off on a transaction from more than one person or user or wallet. This is used all over the place. For example, just in regular banking, this has been a thing for thousands of years, but just think of this in regular banking just for a second. So you could have a checking account where it's a husband and wife account where both parties need to sign off on spending money in that account. You can't just solo go to the bank and spend it on whatever. You need to have your spouse's approval to also spend it. Or you could go on like a corporate level where you have some kind of spending corporate account and there's seven corporate officers and you need 5 of them to sign off on a transaction before anything is actually spent. So it's like a voting process for spending money or transacting money. It's very useful. So the issue right now, you can do this on Bitcoin right now, but there's an issue with it because you can see the difference in these transactions, in these multi-sig transactions versus regular transactions on the blockchain. And this can draw unneeded attention to a transaction or a wallet. So it could be the reason why someone maybe does not want to do a multi-sig transaction on Bitcoin. But the new Schnorr algorithm will make these multi-sig transactions look the same as regular transactions, which adds a layer of privacy. And I think that this is going to open the doors to even more large institutions holding and using Bitcoin, and potentially even governments continuing to use and hold Bitcoin more and more. So more big money going towards Bitcoin, which just means the price goes up. But wait, there's more. That isn't even the most exciting part. The most exciting part, the new Taproot upgrade, along with its new signature algorithm, will also allow for far better smart contracts. Now, smart contracts, in my opinion, are the reason why other crypto ecosystems, other crypto projects are gaining so much popularity, because people look at Bitcoin as just kind of like the legacy system. Like, it's cool, it's a store of value, it does what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't have a whole lot of functionality otherwise. Like, it just sits there, you hope that it appreciates. And even from my point of view, I like cryptos that have strong use cases. Like, I personally don't buy gold. I don't buy gold because it's not producing anything. Its use cases, it could be a potential hedge against inflation, but it's not like building or producing anything. And as much as I am bullish on Bitcoin in that it's like the name brand for cryptos, and I think it's ultimately going to appreciate in value, if it's just a store in value, it didn't excite me that much. So the fact that smart contracts and easy to use, efficient smart contracts are coming to the Bitcoin ecosystem, this is huge, especially with Bitcoin being the name brand. Like, new people going into crypto, they're going to go directly to Bitcoin, especially if it has strong use cases, as well as institutions. Just think of it in terms of an institution. If you're thinking about throwing Bitcoin on your balance sheet, or you're thinking about throwing crypto on your balance sheet, your shareholders are going to be much more open to Bitcoin than some small altcoin that maybe they haven't heard of before. So I'm extremely, extremely bullish on smart contracts on the Bitcoin ecosystem. Now, if you aren't familiar with smart contracts, let me pop over the iPad here real quick, just so we can do a brief overview. Now, this is a flow chart from a video that I did not too long ago. I have a video that breaks down everything you need to know about smart contracts and everything you need to know about decentralized finance. I recommend strongly that if you're interested in crypto at all, to watch those videos. I will have them linked above. So you want to watch those. But here's a few use cases for smart contracts, because smart contracts are going to disrupt everything we know and love. So here's some real world use cases. We're going to start with trading securities, because this one's real simple. Trading securities has had fewer and fewer middlemen as time passes. In the past, you had to call up your broker, pay them a fee, who would then buy a stock or security for you, or sell a stock or security for you, and you would pay them a hefty fee to do so. And then it transitioned to, about $10 fees, and then transition again to no fee trading. And this would be the next evolution, where you don't need a broker at all, because all you need is the buyer and seller. If I'm trying to buy a stock that you're holding, why do we need a middleman? All we need is a contract in the middle that says, I pay in X amount of dollars, you trade the security that you have, it gets automatically executed, and we don't need to spend all this money on middlemen. And that's really what smart contracts do, but there's tons of different use cases. So buying real estate is another one. With real estate, you could have a smart contract set up where if I send in money to the smart contract, there's no need for escrow, there's no need for title transfers, because it will just do it automatically. It'll verify, okay, the funds are there, let me go ahead and transfer that contract. Thousands of dollars saved on every single real estate transaction. Buying something from a marketplace, same kind of deal. You have a buyer and you have a seller. Right now we have a middleman, a centralized middleman for basically every single marketplace, and they get their cut and they get rich off of these cuts. We don't need them. All you need is the buyer and the seller, smart contract in the middle, executing and making sure that everyone is on the up and up. It's a trustless system. You don't need to know or trust the other person on the other side. Insurance is another big one. This one gets a little bit more complicated, but right now you have a big group of individuals who pay into an insurance company. They pay in a premium. Let's say you have 100 individuals who are paying for home insurance to bet that their home isn't going to flood. And then one of those people has their home flood and they get paid out by the insurance company. Now the insurance company takes in those premiums, they pay for their employees, they pay for their big buildings, they take a cut of profit, hopefully if they're running a good operation, and then they pay out the people who have their home flood. Well, you don't really need the insurance company if you have a smart contract. And then on one side, you have people who want to be insured. The other side, you have insurance investors. The smart contract just executes everything with some real world data through an oracle, through a blockchain oracle, something like Chainlink. So there are just so many use cases with smart contracts, and the fact that it's coming to Bitcoin, which is the name brand for cryptocurrency, is huge. And I've never been more bullish on Bitcoin than I am right now, as you can see by my excitement. I'm not normally like this. I am hyped about these changes. So I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.